Dave, and welcome to Sibyl Tarot. This is a reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising during the month of November. Gemini, this is a general reading, so if it does not resonate, please feel free to check out my other readings that relate to your natal chart. So Gemini, going into November here on the 28th of October, we have Venus entering Libra. We also have Mercury retrograding back into Libra on the 28th of October, which has already happened there. So there's a lot of Venusian energy coming in towards this month in particular. We also have a full moon in Taurus, which is Venus energy as well. This is all to do with your fifth house. So your fifth house can talk about can talk about your children. It can talk about your progeny. It can talk about how being creative. It can also talk about dating. The fifth house is about dating. So and because it's all this Venus energy, and it could talk about new beginnings in your love area, or that starting to date new people, or that or even returning to other relationships, or that. But also we have Mercury. Mercury is the planet of communication and information. It is still retrograding, but it is in Libra. So retrograde from Scorpio into Libra. So it's a bit of a lighter energy going on here. But and then it will move forward at the beginning of November, which will open up, to do, with communication and, information. And it also, again, it's to do with your fifth house. So if you want to look up about your fifth house, we also have Mars has been retrograding for the last 2.5 months, and it's been retrograding in your 10th house. So your 10th house is all to do with your public image. It's all to do with your career. It can be to do with your father. It can be to do with getting rewards, awards of some sort of that. But because Mars has been retrograding in this house for you, you've probably been struggling for the last 2.5 months, especially to do with your career, to do with to do with these matters of the 10th house, so to speak, but in mid-November it will start going forward, which is a great relief for a lot of people, so it might not, especially with Gemini Sun people, it might not resonate, that it's to do with your career or that, but you could have been struggling in a certain part of, of your life, or within a certain relationship or that, you could have been struggling for the last 2.5 months. But in mid-November, Mars will start moving forward, and things will, become a lot more, simpler, easier, to deal with this. Things will start moving forward, and especially by the end of November, we'll be out with Mars, shadow. So it's it'll bode well for all concerned, so to speak. So I'm just going to pull a few cards here. I'm going to do a full spread. It's a Celtic Cross spread, and I'm going to clarify each of the cards. Okay, so this is a reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising during the month of November. So the first card out we have here is the Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, Gemini, you've been working hard. You've been working hard on something, trying to achieve something with the Eight of Pentacles. You've probably been working on your money. You could be working on, your job, your career. You may have found it, a little bit challenging, in the last 2.5 months. Yeah, with the Two of Wands here, is what's crossing it. You may have had some hard decisions to do with your money areas, to do with your career, or something that you have been, working continuously on, you may have had some decisions, to make, and I feel now, mid-November towards the end of November, you are going to move forward in the direction that you choose, and it is going to be worthwhile, so to speak. I don't really want to say successful, but could be that you're successful, but very creative as well. you know, it's kind of, you know, with the Two of Wands, like it's hard kind of to leave the past, or, you know, leave a certain situation, or, you know, a certain way of doing things, you know, and to move to this other, you know what I mean? Because the past is kind of bolted down, you know, but then again, it is in your past, so you're moving forwards towards, you know, in the future, and what you need to do is bolt this, you know, new venture, new creativity down, you know. Could be, you know, a new job, new work, or so to speak. Excuse me. What lies beneath is the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, so could have been, you know, or you're kind of, you know, focusing on, or it's not that you're focusing on, you want to bring balance in, you know, to do with your money, or that, you know, you want to weigh up your money, you know, situation to do with money, you know. It could be a situation, you know, or a relationship, but you want to bring balance in, you know, into this. In your recent past, you've had the Nine of Cups. That's lovely, Gemini. You know, you've had some type of success, you know, within your really recent past. And as well, if it is to do with the 10th house, this is really more so for Gemini, rising and moon signs, that you have had some type of reward or achievement in the recent past. Do you know what I mean? So you probably start to see the fruits of your labour coming to, you know, coming to pass, so to speak. What's crowning you is the Judgment card. Yeah, I feel whatever it is, you know, it's something that you're very proud of. You kind of want to blow your own trumpet about. You like to for people to know about it. And you know, because maybe you with the Judgment card, it says, you know, that there's bringing someone back to life, you know what I mean? So you probably worked very, very hard to get this off the ground, so to speak, you know, and, you know, it's starting to, you know, come to fruition, and you're seeing, you know, the just rewards. What's coming towards you is the Hermit card. So I feel, you know, there was a time, you know, that you were very closed off. You could have been very isolated, do you know what I mean? And this could be just to do with your work, or that, you know what I mean, that you've been solely concentrating on something, you know, something that, you know, as I said, you know, especially with, you know, Mars being retrograde, that you kind of been struggling for the last 2.5 months with, you know what I mean? You could have isolated yourself away from people, or, you know, certain situations, or you know, things like that, just to, you know, just to kind of get an inner kind of to go within, you know, that way, and, you know, to seek, you know, your own light, so to speak, you know, to, you know, come into yourself, so to speak, as they say. But you're coming out with that now, you know, you're coming out, this is what's coming towards you, you're coming out with that now. Now, how you see yourself, you know, is the Chariot in reverse. So you may see yourself at this time that there's no way, you know, to move forward, or that, you know what I mean? Maybe you're finding some blockages, you know, on the road, so to speak, you know, that for you to move forward, you know. But this could be just at this time with the reading, you know. Also, you see that, you know, around you, that there might be no more growth, do you know what I mean? No more, because we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, that there is no more, you know, growth around you. So maybe you could be looking, you know, with the Two of Wands, is looking for a new job, I think, you know what I mean, for a lot of you as Gemini, you know, or, you know, a new venture, or, you know, or a new partnership or something, because there's no growth, you know, that's around you. With your hopes and fears position, you have the Two of Swords here. So the Two of Swords, you know, talks about, you know, in the upright, that you're at a standstill, you know, that decisions have to be made, and you weren't making these decisions. But now the Two of Swords is in reverse, so I feel that you are going to make the decision that's necessary. Do you know, that way you're dropping down your swords, you're no more in that, you know, and that's, you know, and this is coming towards you as well, I think, because the Hermit and, you know, the Two of Swords is here, is that you're coming out of isolation, you're coming out of, you know, being at a standstill, because, you know, decisions have to be made with the Two of Wands here, and you're taking that, you know, that to move forward, you know there has to be forward movement. You have here, your outcome is the Seven of Wands. So you're no longer, it's like that you're no longer having to battle, you know, that way you're no longer having to keep up your defenses, you know, longer having to struggle, you know what I mean, that's your outcome, which is good, you know. There's not going to be struggles for you, you know, major struggles that there was in the past for you, you know. This is your outcome. This is very, very good. And you do have now, what you call it, with the overall there, you have the star in reverse. But I do feel that more so it's, you know, the star in reverse talks about, you know, or the star in reverse, you feel like that there's no hope, do you know what I mean? But I think, you know, this is a past energy more for you, and that, you know, maybe healing needs to take place, do you know, for you, Gemini, in a certain situation, or, you know, relationship. So clarifying the 8 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands is the 6 of Wands. Lovely. You are going to be very successful, you know what I mean, in your endeavors, whatever it is that you do. And I feel that you're going to be successful, you know, to do with, you know, a relationship, you know what I mean, a just reward. There could be somebody here, or you could be looking up to somebody, do you know what I mean, you're very proud of them or that, like, you know. But I feel more so that you know, you are going to be rewarded for something that you've worked on, you know, or that you've concentrated on, you know, especially in the last 2.5 months. Just rewards are coming to you here. Sorry, just one sec. So what lies beneath is the 6 of Pentacles here. So, and it's clarified with the Lovers in reverse. Now the Lovers in reverse, you know, the Lovers at times can talk about, you know, that there's a gap, there's a distance between two lovers at that, but in reverse, that's the closing of the gap, do you know, that way. But it also talks about, you know, having choices within your love area, you know what I mean. It could be, you know, choosing between two lovers, you know. It could be a choice within, you know, your relationship with, you know, with a lover or that. And I feel like because this is talking about, you know, the now, what you want to, you know, carry forward now, you know, what you want to bring, and it's like that you've made your choice, do you know, that way, so to speak. So in the recent past, you have here is the 9 of Cups. Yeah, because, you know, the 9 of Cups talks about wish fulfillment, so you want your wish fulfillment, you know, in your recent past, do you know. I feel that, you know, for one reason or another, you've been successful, you know. You've given yourself self-fulfillment, so whatever, you know, the reward was, or whatever, you know, even if it's just, you know, that you achieved something here in your recent past, but you're quite happy about it, you know. And it's actually, you know, it's been clarified here with the 6 of Swords, you know. So I feel that, you know, it could have made you, you know, feel very emotional, you know. This journey could have been very emotional for you, you know what I mean, in the last 2.5 months, but it is bringing in self-fulfillment for you. It's also talking about, for some, you know, that there is further learning, you know what I mean. There's further learning in this on this journey that you're on, do you know what I mean. So some of you could be like that you are in college, or that you are studying, or that you had an achievement, an award or some sort, you know, and now it's allowing you to go up a level, so to speak, you know. Others can talk, it can talk also about moving, you know what I mean, moving into calmer waters. You probably, you know, in the recent past you were very emotional, you know, about, you know, something, certain situation or a relationship or that, you know, but you're now moving out into calmer waters. So clarifying the Judgment card is the Star in reverse, but also we have is the Empress. So let's see. Yeah, I feel that, you know, there is, with the Empress especially, you know, the Empress is ruled by Venus, you know, and the Empress talks about divine feminine, you know. So you could be, you know, looking for, you know, with the Judgment card, a second chance, you know, a second revival, you know, with a person that you feel is your divine feminine, you know, that way, but you feel that there's no hope, do you know what I mean, in the situation. But I just feel with the Star card, it's just asking you, do you know what I mean, that healing needs to be brought into it, do you know, that way, in some way or another, you know, for it, you know, for it to expand, do you know. because the Empress talks about expansion. Do you know? It talks about planting the seed. You know, you could be, you know, with the Empress here and the Star, you could be dealing with a Libra or a Aquarius. Do you know what I mean? Or that may have Libra and Aquarius in their chart. There's also Gemini here, and Virgo and Cancer. Do you know what I mean? So just let's see now. So yeah, the Hermit, it's like that you're coming out of isolation, you know, or, you know, coming towards you, you know, coming towards you could be, you know, that, especially, you know, with your 5th house, with Venus in your 5th house, and 5th house talks about, you know, fun, relationships, you know, but just, you know, dating as such, you know. So you could be coming out of a time that you're single and going into, you know, a relationship, but be, you know, brand new. It'd be just, you know, dating as such, because we have the Empress here, you know, and it's, you know, if it's talking about, you know, a past relationship that you're looking for a second chance, you know, but you're not very hopeful, you know. If it's a new relationship, you know, you might not hold much hope out for, you know, maybe if you're on, you know, dating apps or whatever, you know, that there's no one, you know, that's kind of, you know, taking your fancy, so to speak. But it does say with the Hermit in reverse coming towards you, you know, that it's you know, somebody that's, you know, very that would be open, you know, towards you. Just let's see what actually clarifying the Hermit. Yeah, clarifying the Hermit is the 9 of Swords in reverse. So it could have been that you were, you know, or coming towards, you know, it's a time that you want to start opening up to people. Do you know what I mean? And to that you're getting rid of kind of, you know, any anxiety that you might have, you know what I mean, going into the future, you know, any kind of worry or that, like, you know, or, you know, that you don't feel alone anymore, so to speak, as well, you know what I mean. But with the 9 of Swords, you know, in reverse, it's talking about, you know, that you're kind of going to embrace, you know, the future here, and you're not going to worry about things that will probably never happen. Do you know what I mean? But you see yourself, you know, or you feel that you're, you know, you're the Chariot in reverse, you know, that there's no moving forward or that. So, you know, this could be to do, but with a relationship, but I feel that you're still holding on. Do you know what I mean? If it's to do, you know, with a relationship that you're in, or, you know, in the past or that, you're still holding on, you know, to this, you know. So maybe you're still, you know, you feel like there's no hope, but you're still holding on to that energy. So what's around you, the energy around you is, you know, is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, you know, so that you feel that there is no growth around. So like that was the saying, you know, if you are seeking and looking, because it's about the 5th house, you know, it's, you know, it's fresh, it's, you know, it's new or whatever, you know, you feel like that there's no potential, you know what I mean, or you've met people and there's no potential there, so to speak. But let's just see what's clarifying this. Yeah, so what's clarifying is the High Priestess. Yeah, you can't kind of you know, you can't feel that, you know, that there is someone around you that's, you know, that's in your energy, or that and that's funny now, because Pisces got this as well. There's just someone around you that's like there's no one around you at the moment, do you know what I mean, that you can see, you know, a future with, do you know, that way. But we have also with the this priest, the High Priestess, is the 7 of Swords, do you know what I mean, because maybe it has been in the past that you were deceived, or you felt deceived, or, you know, you got ripped off, you know, where relationships were concerned. You could have been even ripped off where money was concerned, or that, do you know what I mean? And you feel like, you know, people around you, maybe, you know, that they hold secrets or something like that. They're very secretive for that. But it's saying that, you know, don't kind of like, you know, judge people, you know, straight off the bat, like, you know, don't judge people by their cover, or, you know, that way. Now we have the Two of Swords in reverse. Or maybe, you know, I think as well, because it's talking about the energy around you, that, you know, the person that is probably coming towards you is not going to be deceitful. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And we'll just see. So the Two of Swords is in your hopes and fears position. So it's being clarified with the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords talks about, you know, cutting things out that no longer serves her, but as well as that, she can be open. Do you know what I mean? Open to receive, because she has her hand out here. Do you know, the Queen of Swords will listen. You know what I mean? Will give you the let you have your say, so to speak. So this could be you or another person that, you know, that they are willing to listen. You know what I mean? And as well as that, the Queen of Swords, she's up in the clouds. She'll be able to see, you know, as to you know, because the Queen of Swords has been, they say, you know, as an energy, this person has been in, you know, has been married before, or in a relationship, you know, a long-term relationship before, you know, and she's kind of been through the battle, been through the, you know, so she's quite selective, you know, on the people that she allows in around her energy. So this could be you, Gemini, or, you know, the person that's coming around you. But like, again, they're here, and this is, you know, you could be linking to do, you know, with a Pisces, because once again we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Swords, and this was in Pisces reading as well, do you know, and maybe that Queen of Swords feels that there is no growth, do you know what I mean, to do with the relationship with that. Now the Seven of Wands is the overall outcome, you know, and if the Seven of Wands was in the upright, it's like that you're blocking people off, do you know, that way. But it's now in the reverse, that you're no longer blocking, you know, a person or that. And here's the Page of Cups. This is bizarre, like this is really linking in with the Pisces energy, which the Page of Cups talks about an apology, do you know what I mean? So maybe either you, Gemini, need to, you know, approach a person to apologize to them for blocking them, or that, or the other way around, do you know, that way. There's a lot of cards here, and yeah, so the Page of Cups, you know, it's a small offer, so to speak, you know, it's pages, they still have a lot to learn, do you know, that way. I'll just one more card just for this Page of Cups. So I feel, you know, if you are, you know, connection with a Pisces or that, you know, it's probably on both sides that, you know, apologies need to be made on both sides, you know, or letting down your guard or that. So the last two cards we have here, yeah, definitely Pisces. There's the Hanged Man, and the Pisces got this in this position here, and the King of Wands in reverse. So it's asking here, you know, with the outcome, to take a new perspective, you know, on a relationship. It could be, you know, with a King of Wands, you could have thought that this person was playing you, you know, because the Wands energy is especially in reverse, you know, it talks about, you know, that that they're not only just, you know, for they're not solely just, you know, for, you know, one relationship. They go into, you know, to have other, you know, they see other people or that, you know. And maybe the Hanged Man is, you know, to say, you know, that with this person, you know, it's been at a standstill, or so to speak, or there's apology, you know, coming about, or there's apology that's needed, do you know what I mean? And maybe that you need to get down off the fence and sort this out, so to speak, you know what I mean? Either both sides, you know, this could be you or this could be the other person, or it could be both, especially if you're dealing with a Pisces or a person that has a lot of Pisces in their chart. Alright then, Gemini, I do hope you liked the reading. If you do, please like, share, leave a comment and subscribe. Cheers, Slan.